everyone, welcome back to the dragonthorn-art channel. I am Phoebe, and today we're going to be doing another sketchbook tour. You must be getting tired of them now, but I'm having a bit of a tough time, so these are easy enough videos to film. So this is my fourth sketchbook I ever completed. This one is a bit more sparsely filled than others. It's mostly like sketches. Some of the pages aren't completely filled and stuff, but you know, I finished the pages, and it's I filled it from the 9th of August 2020 to the 19th of August 2020, the day after my 20th birthday, coincidentally. So yeah, let's have a look. So it'd be Smaugust, this. So as you can see, we have dragon to begin with. I'm still not entirely good at doing dragons from this sort of perspective. Something that I do need to work on, definitely. But yeah, like I said, I was doing Smaugust. I wasn't following a prompt list at the time. I was just drawing a dragon, posting it every day. Yeah, some more dragon sketches. Like I said, this is a very sparse sketchbook. Full of sort of, some of these sketches aren't that great. There's good parts, bad parts. This dragon's kind of cute. Yeah, that one's, like I said, some of these pages, they're literally barely filled at all. That one's like a cross-eyed little dragon with little fangs. Kind of cute. Oh, so this was, there's an artist called Melinda Kathleen Reese. She used to do Google Translate things. And she released a song called More With You, and she did a sort of competition thing for like a piece of art. I did a digital version in the end, so I did it based on this drawing, which it's a lot better than that one. That one's pretty terrible, but like there was a glass half empty, a Polish strung guitar, piano out of tune, that kind of thing. This was supposed to be a representation of what Melinda looks like. Couldn't bother drawing the hands as per usual, so I kind of hid it, and the feet, nah, I've drawn better, I've drawn worse. Bit weirdly proportioned, but yeah, it exists in the world, and I drew it. Ooh, so I was in my flame drawing for it. So this was when I was trying to work out flame shapes and how sort of to make it look sort of semi-natural. But I did it using like a more abstract technique. So I basically let ink bleed. So Laura Art on Instagram recently posted a video about how she works with ink and how she sort of has a pool of water and then adds ink to it and lets it sort of disperse amongst the water, which perfectly brilliant way of working with ink. That's kind of the way I did these, but then I traced the shapes and drew them on a piece of paper. And you can see that I sort of made sure to include all the little wavy bits just to add some sort of abstract. But like ones like these look a bit more like maps, like fantasy maps. Like I'd love to sort of make a country out of that. This one's obviously a flame, but it looks a little bit like a goldfish from that angle. This one looks a little bit like a guitar of some kind. It's vaguely flame shaped, but also could be quite easily an island. Again, flame shaped, but islandish. This one's definitely more of a map. Oh yeah, we like that. I like all the little islands here, and yes, I might have to actually recreate this map at some point. And this one's pretty cool as well. Yeah. Forgotten about doing these. This one thing I do enjoy about these sketchbook tours is I get to look back on the things that I made, and even though some of them are really simple and you know I didn't put much time or effort into them, it's really sparking some ideas. So as I said, it was Smaugust, and these two are Sting and Rogue from Fairy Tail. They are Dragon Slayers. So there's the White Dragon Slayer and the Shadow Dragon Slayer. And yeah, I love how these turned out. I think Rogue's especially pretty good. Although Sting's is okay, but there's a couple of errors. But yeah, I did some washi taping off to sort of do a divide between the two Dragon Slayers. This was a nightlight OC that I designed for a friend of mine, and I really enjoyed doing it. It was really cool. I was thoroughly in my nightlight phase at the time. I love drawing the little creatures, and yeah, it's really fun to draw. Again, another nightlight attempt. A bit weird, the weird feet. I've recently discovered that I prefer drawing sort of pointy feet for the dragons, but yeah. This is that Amaris, and this was mine, which I called Inkling, and she had like 3 sort of white scales above her eyebrow and stuff, and yeah, this is those two together. Yes, so here I was experimenting with rainbow flames and how to colour a rainbow looking flame, and it was really interesting. I still need to get a grasp on how to do rainbow flames properly, but yeah. This is another one of those simple dragon head sketches that don't really mean much, but yeah. Another nightlight sketch and a dragon eye that I was obviously going for another rainbow effect here. Start with like the reds and that, but yeah. So this was obviously I think I was going to do a bigger piece for this, so it's supposed to be Light Fury and Toothless, but I was going to do like the full faces basically and fill it in, but I obviously didn't get that far. Oh, now this is a little hobgobbler. So adorable, such an adorable little dragon, and I love how this little sketch turned out. It's so cute and so I think I nailed it pretty good actually. But yeah, it's the little tongue as well. It's so cute. Yeah, again, another badly proportioned dragon. Kind of messed up some of the proportions, but you know, it helped get me somewhere. I can't complain. So this, I believe, was actually an attempt at a Hungarian horntail, but as you can see, didn't quite have a good grasp of it. This was a hobgobbler, another one from How to Train Your Dragon. The hobgobbler was How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World, by the way. This is another one. This was the blind hobgobbler that was in Valka's Nest, and yeah, I really enjoyed drawing it actually. This is a Grim Gnasher. Grim Gnash is featured in one of the episodes of Race to the Edge, How to Train Your Dragon again, and I think the Grim Gnash is one of my favourite dragon species in the whole universe. They actually shoot their teeth. They don't breathe fire, they shoot their teeth. They are sort of like scavenger dragons, they're almost like vultures, and they sort of prey on the sick and dying dragons. But yeah, I just love them, I don't know why. So this was from when me and a friend tried to do a drawing challenge, and I wanted to do like Northern Lights in the shape of a dragon, and I kind of got the vague shape, but at the time I obviously didn't have a good understanding of how the lights worked and how colouring pencils worked even, but I've worked a lot on it since. This is a rather horse-like looking dragon. Don't quite know what I was going for with it, but it exists. This is me trying to figure out wing anatomy, I believe. I've worked on it since this, but I think this is actually a pretty good example of a wing. Now I don't go all the way up with them. I sort of tend to taper it off here instead of going all the way over the top, which is how most wings work, but yeah. And the final drawing in this book is a Scaldron. I do love the Scaldron. It's really quite a unique dragon. It shoots scalding water. It's another one from How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, it's another one I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So yeah, like I said, Sketchbook 4, full of mostly sort of just vague sketches, really. It's a proper sketchbook, one might say. Yeah, but yeah, great to look over it again, and like I said, I might have to revisit some of these maps. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this sketchbook tour. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. And check out my Redbubble shop. It's dragonthorn-art on there. I've got Sabbath dragons up. I have a load of pride dragons at the moment. And yeah, I'd love it if you could take a look and buy anything that you're interested in. So yeah, hope you have a lovely day. Bye.